What's going on, friends? Wanted to hop on here and do something fun, something that's not faith based, something that's lighthearted. I wanted to come out here and do a little greatest rapper of all time bracket. This is a interactive bracket. Friends of the Risen Christ, welcome. And for those of you who just here for the hip hop, who'll be watching this later on, just want to see my opinion on who the greatest rapper of all time is. Welcome. You can catch my album fresh off the press, my new album Deus Volt, and you can get the link in the description below. But do all the stuff that you're supposed to do, I guess. Smash the like button, the notification bell, and subscribe and all that fancy stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to come out here and do something fun. Just hang out with you guys, and I'm gonna do this really cool interactive a bracket to determine who I think is the best rapper of all time. Now, I don't know what this bracket's going to take me. I'll be honest with you. I haven't gone through this before. I kind of wanted to go through it with you guys. And what I wanted to do is I just wanted to go through round by round. What's up, Rick? I wanted to go through round by round, and some of your favorite rappers might be knocked out the first round. I don't know. It depends on who they're going against. So I kind of wanted to give a criteria on people who I'm picking. Hopefully I stick with it. Growing up in the in the 90s and early 2000s, being a big fan of lyrical hip hop, being a big fan of underground rap, I'm going to lean more towards a lyricist. And I don't particularly like the new blood in the game, to be honest with you. I'm more of an old head. I think they're better rappers, but that doesn't mean they might surprise me. So I'm just gonna go straight to it, and lyricism is gonna be number one for me, and then stardom, influence, longevity, what you've brought to the table, all of those things will go with it. So looks like the first round here, the first matchup is Jeezy versus Gucci Mane. They're very similar in style. Jeezy's got that unusual voice. It's kind of raspy, kind of cool. But honestly, I'm going to have to go with Gucci Mane with this one. To quote the great Lil Wayne, Gucci who? During that interview. But I'm going to go with Gucci Mane here because only during the verses, I think he got him slightly. So I'm going to go with Gucci with that one. Meek Mills versus 2 Chainz. Meek Mills versus 2 Chainz. This is a tough one. This is a good one. They're both decent rappers. I'm going to give a slight edge to Meek Mills here. Cameron and Fabuloso. Similar in caliber, ability, I guess. I think Fabulous is a little bit more creative, in my personal opinion. I think Cameron's decent. But with the whole battle with him and Mace, Mace just destroyed him, I think. I'm going to go ahead and just pick Fabulous for this one. I think Fabulous is the better rapper. Nelly or Fat Joe? Ooh, this is a tough one. Only reason is now Fat Joe is decent, but, I think Big Pun was the best rapper from those guys. From that group. But if I have to pick the two, I'm going to go with Nelly only because of creativity. He's more creative and he's more diverse on the track than Big Pun and then Fat Joe is. So I'm going to go with Nelly here. Dave's vote. Thanks. I appreciate you listening to the album. Thank you. We got here. Let's listen to Mega Too Short when I was younger. I think Too Short is going to be on this. I don't know. I don't know who's going to be on this, to be honest with you. I'm just going through it, but Too Short might be there. We got Big KRIT versus J. Cole. Yeah, this one, I'm going to pick J. Cole on this one. I think J. Cole is a better rapper. J. Cole is probably one of the best ones out right now. So I'm going to go with J. Cole on this one. Danny Brown versus ELP. I'm not going to lie. Danny Brown's he's got an unusual voice, but he's got a pretty hard cadence and his lyricism are not that bad. So I'm going to pick Danny Brown over ELP. A$AP Ferg, Nicki Minaj, they're similar in style. Um, I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt to the ladies on this one. I think Nicki Minaj is slightly better. 50 Cent or DMX? Now, this is a tough one. This is a tough one for me. Star Power, 50 probably is a little bit more. Now, when DMX came out, I think everybody bought cribs. All the rappers bought cribs because of DMX when he came out. 50 Cent, the thing about 50 is the fact he's not a better lyricist than DMX. He's a better hook writer. He can write better hooks. He can make hotter songs. But if I'm going to go with lyricism as my top criteria here, I'm going to go with DMX only by slight. Let's see here. Busy Bone or MJG? I am a big fan of Bone Thugs-n-Harmony. I love Bone Thugs-n-Harmony. So I'm going to go with Busy Bone here. And he's one of my favorite from Bone Thugs-n-Harmony. That smooth voice he's got and his cadence, the Notorious Thugs, when he came out after Biggie, man, it's one of the best verses cadence-wise I've ever heard. So I'm going to go with Busy Bone there. Is this what it sounds like when dogs cry? Corrupt or Pun B? Yep, that's true. That's true right here. DMX is a better lyricist, but 50 can write better hooks. 50 can write hits. It's true. See you at the crossroad. I love both Thugs-n-Harmony. Pun B or Corrupt? Corrupt is a very, very underrated rapper. He used to do ciphers with Cannabis and them back in the days, and he's a lyrical monster. So I'm gonna go with Corrupt on this one. Eazy-E versus Dr. Dre. Woo! This is a tough one. Neither of them wrote their own raps. Dre's a better producer, obviously, one of the best ever. I'm going to give the slight edge to Dre only because of his influence and, Eazy-E, God rest his soul, died too early. Queen Latifah versus Common. This one is an easy one for me. Unfortunately for the ladies, I got to give it to Common. Common is just too good. So a great lyricist. ODB versus Bushwick Bill. That's an easy one for me. Anybody from Wu-Tang. ODB is so unique. Killer Mike, Ice Cube. This is a good one. They're both really good. Ice Cube is a decent lyricist compared to a lot of those rappers out there. His influence to the game when he brought to the table is, you can't deny that. So I'm going to give a slight edge to Ice Cube here. Inspector Deck versus Sean Price. Easy one for me. Inspector Deck, ladies and gentlemen, Inspector Deck is one of the illest MCs. And to this day, he has the greatest verse ever written and ever performed in a song called Triumph. He goes first for Wu-Tang. Check it out. It is the cadence, the lyrics, the wordsmith. I mean, it's incredible. So Inspector Deck for me for sure. Elzhi, I don't know his name to be honest with you. Lupe Fiasco. I'm gonna go with Lupe only because I don't know the other artists too well. Lord Finesse or versus Large Professor. Large Professor is more of a producer than he is a rapper. He does more producing. So I'm gonna give it to Lord Finesse when he said, "Got more skin than a dermatologist." Nori versus Lil Kim. Okay. This is the tough one. Nori's not a great lyricist. Well, Lil Kim, Biggie wrote a lot of her raps early on. So I'm going to give the benefit of that to the ladies on this one as well because I think Lil Kim is slightly a better rapper than Nori. Oh, man. This is the hardest one yet. Rakim versus Big Daddy Kane. I mean, we're talking about the originals, the godfathers of this. To me, Rakim is your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. So this is a tough one because both of them were lyrically ahead of their time. So I'm going to give a slight edge to my friend Rakim over here. Big L or Big Pun? Oh, this is getting hard. Big Pun's got some sick cadence, and his energy and his presence on a track is undeniable. But when it comes to wordplay and punchlines, I got to go with Big L with this one. Slightly. I mean, they both of them passed away early on. Unfortunately, Big L was shot. Big Pun had a heart attack. But I'm going to go with Big L, and it's slightly because his punchlines are just unmatched, ahead of their time. Slick Rick or Run DMC? Oh, Slick Rick. Slick Rick for sure. Snoop Dogg versus Devin the Dude. All right, I might catch some flack on this one. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. I don't think Snoop Dogg is that great of a rapper. I think Snoop Dogg is legendary as far as what he's brought into the game, his simplistic style that he brings to the track. He's very simple, very laid back, but he's not a great lyricist. I'm sorry to break it to some of y'all who love Snoop, and I think Snoop is a legend, but Snoop is not a lyricist. But because of his legendary status and what he brings to the table, I'm going to pick him over Devin the Dude. CeeLo Green and Warren G. Oh, that's an easy one. CeeLo Green, is he even a rapper? Warren G all day. Oh, no. I got to knock one of these out the first round. That's tough. Lauryn Hill is my favorite female artist ever. I think she's one of the most talented female. She's my opinion, the best female rapper of all time. She was the Drake before Drake because she could sing on a track and rap in the same track. I'd like to go with Lauryn Hill because I love me some Lauryn Hill, but Andre 3000's creativity, his ability to mix up his flow, he's so diverse. He's a better lyricist. He's got more hits. He's got more influence. I'm going to slightly go with Andre here. Rick, I know you're going to hate me for this one, but I know Lauryn Hill's my girl. But in most cases, Andre 3000 is on people's top 10 best rapper of all time. In most people who are serious, who can see the game. Ras Kass or Royce the 5'9", both lyricists, both great lyricists. That's a tough one for me, honestly. I'm gonna go with Royce. I gotta go with Royce with this one. He's his ability to put multiple syllable rhymes together and it's really great. Denzel Curry or Remy Ma. I'm gonna go with Denzel with this one. What's up, guys? Thanks for hopping and hanging out with me. We're just going through this bracket here. This is round one, and so far they've given me some hard ones. Now I haven't seen this yet, so I'm just going off of when I see them. Now Redman and Exhibit is a tough one, but I'm going to go with Redman here. I think Redman is a better rapper. His energy, his cadence, his ability to change a song when he's featured on it, and he's a lyrical monster. So I'm going to go with Redman on this one. Oh, that's easy. Method Man. Anybody from Wu-Tang. Raekwon versus Pharoah. Oh, no. Oh, man, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. Pharoah Monch is one of the greatest MCs, lyricists, ahead of his time. He's up there with Inspector Deck with me. Inspector Deck, Pharoah Monch, Nas. Those guys are like this is true hip hop here, what I grew up with. Raekwon is a tough one. I'm going to give a slight edge to Pharoah here. Very slight edge. Because if you go back and look at like his top 15 verses, he will blow you away. GZA versus Prodigy. Woo! These are getting tougher. GZA, Liquid Swords was one of the very first albums I ever purchased in hip hop. GZA Liquid Sword. It was massively done. He's got a unique voice and a unique style. Prodigy is just a legend. God rest his soul. But I'm gonna again. I'm I tend to lean more towards um, Wu Tang here, so I'm gonna go slightly with Jizza here. Oh, they're trying to get me in the first round. I gotta knock one of these guys out. Oh man, Jay Z or Kanye West? This is a tough one. Kanye is a better artist. There's no doubt about that. He's more creative. And then Kanye made Jay Z a lot of times. It was those beats. Kanye or Jay Z? Kanye is a better artist, but if I'm going to go with straight rap, the ability, the ability for Jay Z to stand on the booth without writing anything down and put together lyrics that have, double entendres, multiple syllable rhymes, and him being the longevity that he's been. Uh, it pains me to say this. I think Jay Z is slightly a better lyricist, and I think both of them have put into the game and influenced the game maybe on the same amount, maybe a little bit more with Jay Z, only because he's been doing it longer. So lyricism, longevity, and creativity, as far as being in the booth and coming out with things off the dome, I'm going to give it a slight edge to Jay Z. But that pains me, man. That pains me because Kanye is dope. Nas or MF Doom? Man, they gave Nas a really solid competition the first round here. Uh, MF Doom is a creative lyricist. He's got a more of a boring style, for those of you who haven't heard him. But his lyrical skills and his ability to pen and the pad is just incredible. I'm gonna go with Nas on this one. Nas he's too much of a beast. He's done way too much. Gucci Mane or Meek Mills? I'm gonna go with Meek Mills on this one. Fabulous or Nelly? That's a tough one. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Fabulous or Nelly? Connor, you're too nice, man. I appreciate you, Connor. Thank you. Top 10? Thanks. I'd be happy if I'm on the top 10 Catholic rappers of all time. Top 10 with these guys? No, these guys are way too talented for me. Rick says Nelly over Fabulous. I agree with you, Nick. I think I'll pick Nelly. His ability to be more creative and have more range. Um, I would say Fabulous is slightly a better lyricist, but having that slightly better lyricist, I don't think changes the fact that Nelly has more hits and is more diverse. I'm gonna go with Nelly. J. Cole, Danny Brown. Oh, J. Cole. Yeah, I mean, again, Danny Brown's decent, but J. Cole's J. Cole. I mean, he's like the new Nas. Nicki Minaj or DMX? Yeah, what do you guys think about this one? Nicki Minaj or DMX? That's an easy one. I'm gonna go with DMX on this one. Busy Bone versus Corrupt. Simon, what's up, bud? I might change my mind. Fabulous is a good rapper. I just picked. I only picked Nelly because I think he's more diverse. He's got more hits. Busy Bone versus Corrupt. This is a tough one. I think Corrupt is a better lyricist. Busy Bone didn't really have much of a solo career, so you got to judge him off of the tracks from the group that he was in, Bone Thugs. So the fact that he was carried a lot of times with those tracks, I'm gonna go slightly with Corrupt with this one. Dre or Common? I mean, this is not even close. If we're talking about influence of the game, if we're talking about producer ability to put a track together, obviously Dre. He's got a super ear. He's a super producer. But if we're talking about straight rappers, Common's a better rapper. It's not even close. ODB, Ice Cube. Woo! What y'all think about this one? This is a tough one. ODB is so diverse. He's so unique. Um, but Ice Cube is a legend. Ice Cube was writing. His pen game moved a lot of times. Moved NWA at the time when they were doing it. Uh, ODB, God rest his soul. He died a little early too, but only because of his influence and his ability to bring a lot of artists together that he did. I'm gonna go with a slight edge for Ice Cube. This was easy for me. Inspect the Deck. Again, if you have not heard the greatest verse ever put together by Inspect the Deck, it's a song called Triumph by Wu Tang. He's the first verse, greatest verse ever put together, ahead of its time. So Inspect the Deck. Lord Finesse versus Little Kim. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go with Lord Kim on this one. I think she's a better rapper. Oh, this is the hardest one yet. Man, Rakim or Big L? Woo. Again, Rakim is your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. His influence is just insane. And I think the fact that Big L died early, we didn't see his full potential. So I'm gonna have to judge him off of what he brought to the table. I'm gonna have to go with Rakim on this one. Slick Rick or Snoop Dogg? Slick Rick. And before anybody gets upset at me here, Snoop Dogg would agree. Slick Rick, I think, is Snoop Dogg's favorite rapper. And again, I'm not a huge fan of Snoop. I think, again, he's a legend. He's put together some hits. Doggy Style was a great album, but in all reality, he's not a good lyricist. He's one of the worst lyricists I've heard. Warren G or Andre 3000 or Andre. Warren G is great, but Andre is way too versatile. Royce the 5'9", Royce the 5'9". He's a better lyricist. Now, man. You guys see what they're putting me against? See this? Redman versus Method Man. This one's tough. Here's how I'm going to parcel this one out. Method Man is more known. Redman, I guess you could say a little more underground. Method Man, I don't even think Method Man is the best rapper off of Wu-Tang. I think the best lyricist off of Wu-Tang is Inspect the Deck. And then you got Raekwon and those guys. But Method Man, Redman is a better lyricist slightly. He's got more energy on the track. He's got better cadence. So I'm going to give a slight edge to Redman on this one. Pharoah Jizza. Sorry, Jizza. I love Wu-Tang, but Pharaoh, she's too good. Now, for those of you who don't know, this was an actual beef. This was one of the biggest beefs in hip hop history. And Nas put together what a lot of people consider the second greatest diss track of all time, behind Tupac's "Hit 'Em Up." His song is "Ether" was the track that he put together. Um, this is a tough one. What Jay-Z's brought to the game is undeniable. But if we're talking about the total package, Nas is a better lyricist, I think. Better storyteller. And I think he deserved the King of New York more than Jay-Z did, in my personal opinion. So I'm going to go with Nas. Meek Mill or Nelly? We go with Meek. Ooh, this one's tough. This one's tough. What do you guys think? My gut's telling me J. Cole. J. Cole is more soulful. He's a better lyricist. DMX she's a monster. Um, I'm gonna give a slight edge to J. Cole on this one over DMX. I hate to throw DMX out, God rest his soul, but J. Cole is too good. Corrupt and Common. This is a tough one. Uh, sorry, Rick. DMX is out. I mean, if you're going against J. Cole, who I think is probably like the top best three rappers right now, it's really hard to do. Um, Corrupt or Common? I'm gonna go with Common. Common's a better lyricist. Ice Cube, Inspector Deck. Again, easy one for me, because you're putting one of the best lyricists of all time, in my personal opinion, versus Cube. Sorry, Rick. DMX is gone. God rest his soul. Rakim, Little Kim. What do you guys think? Easy. Rakim. They gave me easy one. Slick Rick, Andre 3000. It's a tough one because you got an old school legend in Slick Rick who influenced a lot of rappers. But you got Andre, who is considered one of the best to ever do it. And people who are serious about hip hop, I'll tell you guys this: people who are serious about hip hop and know the game consider Andre their top 10. So I'm going to give a slight edge to Andre, even though Slick Rick's a legend. Roy's the 5'9" or Redman. Woo! Okay, so far to me, this is the hardest one. This is the hardest one for me so far. Roy's the 5'9" is an incredible lyricist. Ask Eminem. His ability to put wordsmith, to put together multiple syllable rhymes, his cadence is great. But for me, there's something about Redman. He's a dope lyricist. He's got great energy. But if I'm going to go off of lyricism here, I'm just going to go off of just straight hip hop. It pains my heart to do this, y'all. But I'm going to have to go with Royce on this one. And that's the slightest edge I could give him. Oh, this one's tough. This one's tough. Wordsmith, multiple syllable rhymes, cadence, all that stuff. Pharoah Monk, one of the best to ever do it, one of the best to ever pick up the mic. But if I have to put him against Nas, I think this is just him being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Because to me, right now, I mean, guys, don't forget, Nas just dropped a new album last month, 2 months ago. And it's a hot album. It's a sick album. Lyrically, just in every way. It's a great album. His influence, his longevity, his storytelling skills, I think gives him an edge over Pharoah Monk, even though I think Pharoah Monk is just an insane lyricist. Meek Mills or J. Cole? I'm going with Cole on this one. Oh, come on. This is a hard one. But I'm going to go with Inspector Deck. Well, we have reached the crossroads here, which is a tough one. But I think we're all thinking the same thing right now. I think I'm going to go with Rakim over Andre. Roy's the 5'9" versus Nas. What do you guys think? My gut feeling is Nas. Again, Royce the 5'9" is a lyrical genius. But Nas has too much firepower or longevity, influence, hits, deep hits, storytelling, multiple syllable rhymes, decent cadence. I mean, I'm going to go with Nas on this one, guys. Sorry, Royce. Oh, this one's tough. Inspector Deck versus J. Cole. This one is tough. I don't think Inspector Deck has enough, to be honest with you. I think if Inspector Deck, I feel bad for him. When Method Man came out with his album, Inspector Deck was next, but I think the studio caught fire. I think what's his name, RZA was talking about it. RZA was the producer for the majority of the time. It was a producer for Wu Tang. Talking about they were working on Inspector Deck's album. It was supposed to be a classic. I wouldn't doubt it because he's one of the best lyricists, and his cadence and his ability to put words together and deliver them is just unmatched. But I don't think he has enough in his arsenal to go against J. Cole, who's put out just beautiful music in the past decade. So I'm gonna go with Jay. No, man, this is the hardest one so far. Friends, my gut's telling me Rakim because he's your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. But again, I have to go with Nas on this one because longevity, um, just everything I've said before about Nas, I have to go with Nas on this one. Enoch or KB? Who's KB? Probably KB. I'll take KB over Enoch. Nas or J. Cole? Uh, this was a little easier for me than Rakim, only because we're talking about student versus master here. Uh, J. Cole is the new Nas, and J. Cole has always said uh, that Nas is his influence. So for this round, I think Nas, for this bracket on this side, Nas wins it. So now we're going to go to the other side of the bracket to see who's going to emerge to face Nas. Chief Keef for Young Thug. You go Young Thug. Offset or Quavo? Offset. T.I. or Lil Wayne? T.I. is good. Lil Wayne's he's got too much. I mean, he's been doing this since he was 14 years old. Guy's like 1,200 features, like thousands of songs, and he's a better lyricist. So Lil Wayne, Luda, Paul Wall, yeah. I'm gonna go with Luda. Rhapsody or Joey Bade. She can spit. She's got bars, but I'm gonna go with Joey on this one. Freddie Gibbs or Mac Miller? I'm gonna go with the Mac here. He's a great lyricist. Aesop Rocky or Tyler the Creator? This is a good one. This is a good one. I don't think Aesop might be more mainstream as far as his style of music. But if I'm going to be true to the game and talk, just true hip hop, Tyler the Creator, he's a better lyricist. Future or Drake? Hmm, this one's good. Future's a pretty decent rapper, but I'm gonna give a slight edge to Drake on this one. Crazy Bone and 8 Ball. Crazy. Pimp C or Too Short? Too Short. Ooh. E40 or Missy Elliott? And they both brought a lot to the table. Mm. Kanye said, Ye West. Yeah, he was out the first round. Unfortunately, they put Jay Z. If it was anybody else, I mean, it was a tough one. I had to put Jay Z over Kanye only because of longevity and the fact that I think he's a better lyricist than Kanye, but Kanye is a better artist. But we're trying to go pure, pure. Who's a better rapper? But with this one, I'm gonna pick Missy Elliott on this one. Lady of Rage, Little Flame, Little Flame. Sticky Fingers or Billy Day. Now I know Sticky Fingers a little bit. I don't know about Billy Day, so I'm gonna pick Sticky Fingers only because I don't know too much about Billy. Oh man. Okay, this one is tough for me, guys. Now, let me preface by saying this. I personally think if you don't have Busta Rhymes in the top 10, you don't know hip hop. If you guys remember, back in the 90s, back in the days, um, Busta Rhymes, when he was in a group, but when he went solo, he was just doing features. He wasn't doing a lot of solo stuff, full songs. He was just doing features because he was getting paid a lot of money to do features. At that time, when you had multiple artists in one song, who they consider the best artists on that song, on that list, would go last. And it was very, very rare that Busta did not go last. But Tech Nine, man, Tech Nine is an absolute legend. And what he's brought to the table, they both have incredible amount of energy that they bring to a track. Incredible amount of energy. They could both rap super fast. They're both great lyricists. But I'm gonna have to go with Busta on this one. This is light. For anybody who does not know Tech Nine, do I recommend his music? No. But just off of his pure talent, if you're gonna go check out some of his verses, Tech Nine is a monster. He's a lyrical monster. So, but I'm gonna go with Busta Rhymes slightly on this one. Black Thought or RZA. I love Wu Tang. I love RZA, but Black Thought is one of the greatest off the dome freestylers to ever live. So I'm gonna go with Black Thought. Let's see what if Ski Low, Iceman, and Weird Al in on this bracket. Unfortunately, we'd have Skilo, but we had CeeLo Green, and he was knocked out the first round. Thank God. Okay. Um, Havoc versus Daz Dillon. Daz more of a producer. He was a great producer. Daz produced a lot of stuff for Pac, but I'm going to go with Havoc on this one. Be Real or Big Boy? Big Boy. Eric Sermon or Q-Tip? Ooh, that's a good one. Uh, I'm going to give a slight edge to Eric Sermon on this one. Ooh. For those who really know old school hip hop, know that the influence and the absolute genius that these two brought to the game. I mean, Cool G Rap is just, he's monumental. I mean, he's a legend. But Scarface is a lyrical monster. Man, I'm going to take a drink and I'm just going to reluctantly click Cool G Rap only because of the fact that he was doing it for such a long time. KRS-One versus LL Cool J, two legends. I Need Love. This is a tough one for me, guys, because KRS-One is as pure hip hop as you could get. But LL crossed over. I mean, think about this. LL is a rapper, but he's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's how much he crossed over. So lyrically, they're both really good, but I'm gonna go with LL on this one. Ladies love Cool J. That's what that stands for. LL Cool J. Ladies love Cool J. Funk D, Odyssey. Yeah. Jurassic 5 was an incredible group. Jurassic 5 and the Roots, those guys were just true hip hop. He will knock your mama. Yeah. LL. I'm gonna knock you out. Melly Mel versus Will Smith. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Melly Mel. No offense to Will, but fun fact: Nas wrote or co-wrote "Getting Jiggy with It" for Will Smith. DJ Quick or MC? Yeah, DJ Quick. DJ Quick is a good rapper. The Game versus Rick Ross. Yeah, yeah. The Game versus Rick Ross. Woo. I think the Game is a better rapper because there's some stuff I've heard. The Game just did. He dissed Eminem, which was a big mistake. You don't diss Eminem. There's only a few rappers out there that could diss Eminem and go toe to toe and get away with it. But I'm gonna go with the Game here. I heard a freestyle from him recently, and it caught my attention. Pusha T versus Jadakiss. Hmm, this is a tough one. I'm gonna go with Jada. Jada's lyrical skills is incredible. Don't forget, Jada wrote a lot for Bad Boy at the time. Most Def, Tolly. Yeah, this was tough. They're very similar. They're extremely similar. So, but if I had to pick one, something about Most Def, his voice, his cadence, his ability to put words together, it's more of that conscious rap, get you to get you thinking. I'm gonna go with Most Def on this one. Master Ace, Ghostface Killer. I'm gonna go with Ghostface. They're both great. Tretch all day. The Doc or MC Ren. Woo! They're both lyricists. They're both great lyricists. They're both incredible at writing. They wrote for their respective groups. I'm gonna give the Doc a slight edge on this one. Foxy Brown all day. Wyclef, I'm not a fan. Jim Jones or Twista? Yeah, this is a tough one. I'm gonna go with Twista. His ability to rap fast and have a presence on the track. You go with Jim Jones. No man, they're gonna have me knock out one of these guys off the first round of this bracket. Man, oh man. Tupac or Biggie? Okay, let me try to break it down here as best as I can. Okay, um, Tupac. A lot of these, a lot of these young rappers nowadays will say, "Oh, Tupac's boring. Tupac sucks." All the little rappers, little this, little that. What these young rappers don't understand, first of all, is Tupac set the pavement, the way for them to walk through. He broke those barriers, and something that Tupac did that I think a lot of rappers nowadays see. Rappers nowadays almost have to put out because we're in a streaming business. It's no longer the CD selling business; it's streaming business. They got to put out a lot of quantity, a lot of new tracks, a lot of new singles. And when you do that, a lot of rappers can't do that without compromising the quality. Tupac is one of those rare rappers that could knock out 3 to 4 songs a day, and they would be major classic hits that we would still be singing today. That's how of incredible artist Tupac was. I think Tupac is a better artist than Biggie. But if I'm gonna go with just straight hip hop lyricist, I'm gonna have to go with the Notorious B.I.G. I think he's a better rapper than Pac. I hate to knock Pac off, but they gave me a tough one. Oh man, this is just as hard as the other one. K Dot is unreal with his penmanship. The guy could literally write one of the hottest verses you'll ever hear. But we're talking about Eminem here. See, I wish that they would have separated these two because it's unfair for me to knock out one of these guys early on like this. Uh, I'm gonna give a slight edge to M here only because he's been doing it longer. All right, Young Thug, Offset, Little Wayne, Ludacris. I got Wayne on that one. Joey Badass, Mac Miller. Mac Miller's a better lyricist. Kerry Cross, what's up, bud? Yeah, M. I picked M over K Dot. There wasn't an easy decision because Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest lyricists, top 5 best lyricists of all time, maybe top 10. Tyler versus Drake. Drake makes better hits. He's more diverse as an artist. Could sing, could rap. His cadence is really good. But if we're talking about pure hip hop, better rapper, I think Tyler the Creator is a better lyricist. I'm gonna go with Tyler over Drake. Sorry, Drake. Crazy Bone versus Too Short. Crazy. Missy over Little Flame. Sticky Fingers and Busta Rhymes. Easy one, guys. They gave me an easy one. Busta Rhymes. Black Thought versus Havoc. This is a tough one, but again, Black Thought's ability to freestyle off the dome. He's one of the greatest off the dome freestylers ever. Big Boy, Eric Sermon. Big Boy. Cool G Rap, LL Cool J. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. But again, Ladies Love Cool J crossed over. He's a great lyricist, great delivery, has great influence, and he's produced so many great hits through the past. So I'm going to go with LL Cool J on that one. Melly Mel versus DJ Quick. I'm going to take Quick on this one. The Game or Jadakiss? Jada. Jada's a better rapper. Ooh, this is a tough one. Ghostface Killer versus Mos Def. I'm gonna go with Mos Def, and that's slightly, guys. It's not a for sure thing. Treach or the Doc. That's a tough one. What do you guys got? What do you guys think? Treach or the Doc? Treach's verse on Here We Go Now was sick. But the Doc is a great lyricist too, but I'm gonna go with Treach on this one. Foxy Brown or Twister? Twister can rap fast. He's a great presence. But Foxy, she's a legend in that department. Notorious B.I.G. versus Eminem. All right, guys. For those of you who are continuing to watch, let me know what you think. Eminem is a better lyricist than Big. Big has more influence, I think. Big changed the game. I think Big has a better cadence, better flow. But if I'm going to go with lyricist here, this is a tough one. I don't think Big had enough. I think Eminem has done so much up to this point. From 97 when he came out to 2023, I think he's done so much for me to I think I'm gonna have to give a slight edge. I hate to knock Big out because he's one of my favorite rappers of all time. But I can't be biased. I have to give it to M here. Offset, Lil Wayne. Oh, Lil Wayne for sure. Mac Miller or Tyler the Creator? This is a tough one. Mac Miller's more soulful. Tyler the Creator's maybe more technical. I'm going to give it to Mac here. Crazy Bone or Missy Elliott? Crazy Bone is a great rapper, but Missy's a legend. Ooh. Black Thought versus Busta Rhymes. I'm going to give it to Busta only because of what he's been able to do throughout the years. I think Black Thought's a better freestyle. Big Boy, Quick or Jadakiss? Jada. Most Def for Tretch? Most. Some of them I already know. Oh, this one's easy. Wayne or Mac Miller? I'm going to give it to Lil Wayne. He's done too much. He's got way too much body of work. Missy or Busta? I got Busta. LL Cool J or Jadakiss? This is a tough one. This is a tough one, guys. I think Jadakiss is a better lyricist than LL, but LL's influence is just incredible. I think the streets, the deep hip hop heads would say Jada. I'm gonna go with Jadakiss on this one. Sorry, LL. Mos Def, Eminem. Mos Def is great, but Eminem's too much. Lil Wayne or Busta Rhymes. Again, a tough one. Both of them have put in so much body of work. They're both great in their own regard. Lil Wayne, I think, is a slightly better lyricist. Busta Rhymes is the greatest energy. That if you want somebody to come into your track and give it that the energy that it deserves, Busta Rhymes is it. But I think Lil Wayne is, because he's a better lyricist, to me, he takes the slight edge. And because if you take the body of work, they've both produced so much, brought so much to the table. But I think what separates them, in my personal opinion, is I think that slightly Lil Wayne is a better lyricist. This is a tough one. Great lyricist here. Geniuses when it comes to the pad and the pen. Jada's got that voice. I just love the way it's just so raw. He can murder a beat, but again, Eminem has just got way too much. Way too much. Lil Wayne versus Eminem. Man. What you guys got on this one? I want to say it's M. I want to put M above Lil Wayne. Because again, I don't know anybody who's done. Have I been saying that? Yeah, they've been giving me some hard ones. Throwing me curveballs here. This is a tough one. I'll write a song called "This Is a Tough One." Uh, it'll be about sitting through clown masses. This is a tough one. I'm gonna go with Eminem on this one, and this is a slight advantage for M. So that leaves us with the championship, the final. Nas versus Eminem on the greatest rappers of all time, who my opinion is. Okay, let me try to break this down here. All right. Lyrical skills. If we're talking about wordsmith, multiple syllable rhymes, and ability to bend words and make things rhyme that nobody's ever heard before, Eminem. And I don't think anybody could even touch him on that. When it comes to lyricism, as far as storytelling and ability to get you to think, Nas. So it depends on how you see a lyricist. If you're looking at influence, Nas influenced Eminem. I mean, he was out before then. He was the king of New York at one point. Illmatic to this day is considered one of the greatest albums of all time. Eminem has sold more tracks. That's because he's got more push. I don't put record sales as a criteria as much because it all depends on who's got a better marketing production. It's very hard to beat Dr. Dre and those guys. That's why 50 Cent came out just running. Eminem they I would say both of them. Both of them, I would say, don't have incredible hits. They're not that kind of artist. What I like about them is their deep tracks are better than their hits. And man, this is a tough one. This is a tough one, guys. I keep saying that. This is a tough one. I'm gonna go with my gut here, and I'm gonna give the slightest edge, in my personal opinion, as the greatest rapper of all time, only because he just came out with an album 2 months ago, and it was a phenomenal album. The fact that he's still doing it to this level, because at some point you run out of words, you run out of rhymes. But I'm gonna pick Nas as the GOAT, as the greatest rapper of all time, in my personal opinion. So I'm gonna go with Nas over Eminem. Uh, so that was my bracket, and this was fun because I hadn't seen this. I hadn't seen any of this these matchups at all, which was made it so cool because it was a surprise as as they came in. But Nas ended up being victorious. So once again, my name is Enoch. I'm a Catholic rapper. If you like what you heard, like what you saw, uh, if you think my knowledge of hip hop is decent enough, um, I like to pride myself on lyricism. I like to put multiple syllable rhymes, things like that, on my tracks as well. So, the link is in the description. You can find my link tree. If you want to listen to my first album, I launched last April. It's called Tradiciones. If you want to check out my last album, Deus Volt, I have 16 tracks on my new album, 13 tracks on my previous album. Uh, yeah, check me out and tell your friends, and let's get Catholic rappers out to the world, and give us a voice because we're just as talented. I think there's a lot of talented guys out there. Foundation, Father Stan, uh, you know, Diverse. Those guys are just incredible. So I'm out. Thanks, guys, for tuning in, and share this. Do the whole subscribe, smash Hulk, smash the like button, all the other stuff. Look at that. God bless, guys.